do the discussion, question and answers. We'll try doing that. Yeah, that way the flow is not broken. Huh? So, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtai Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamani. Namaste Saraswata Devim Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarani Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindaki Jaya. Srila Bhakti Vinod Yeah, unmuted Prabhu. Yes, thank you. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he's saying all these words on our behalf. So in this way, the Acharya is giving us an idea of what might come out from within us during the purificatory process of bhakti to make us pure, to perceive the pure Lord in the heart. So the Acharya is letting us know what would come out of us. And so in that way, they are giving the diagnosis, and they are also directing and instructing of what can be done as a treatment. Yeah, so in this way, they are giving us the map and helping us diagnose what the problem is, where the problem is, and what can be done to get rid of the problem, the treatment for that disease. So here in the first line, when, oh when will that day be mine? When will you give me your blessings, erase all my offenses, and give my heart a taste for chanting the holy name in purity? Chanting the holy name in purity means being with the Nama, being with Krishna. Being with Krishna with no layers in between, no layers of mind, no layers of intelligence that is affected by mode, and no layer of false ego. That is Namaruchi. Shuddha Nama, Namaruchi. That can be, that is Vaikuntha. That's the spiritual realm. And in that realm, there is no misery. For somebody to be in that realm, erase all my offenses. Acharya is saying, if there are no offenses, then one can be in that realm. So when will all my offenses be erased so I can be present in that pure spiritual realm? So the desire is placed there. A desire or purpose or goal or prayer is placed there. So that is the desire. And when I'm striving towards the desire, what can come out of me? When I'm striving, when I'm wanting to be, when I'm desiring to be pure, Srila Prabhupada says, you have to be fire. You have to be fire in order to be in fire. Holy name is so pure. So to be with the holy name, to be with Krishna, we have to be that pure also, with no tinge of modes. So in that process of purification, what will happen? Purification means we are getting rid of the impurities, that is modes, ignorance, passion. Yeah, and goodness is also a form of bonding. So purification means these tendencies would come out of us. It's like bhakti squeezes us out. So whatever we have within will come out. Up until now, we are filled with ignorance and passion up until we came into bhakti. And now the devotional process, bhakti practices, they squeeze us out. So in the purificatory process, whatever is there inside, the dirt will come out. So when will I taste the essence of the holy name, feeling myself to be lower than the grass, heart filled with tolerance? When will I give respect to all others and be from desire, free from desire for respect from them? In order to have Namaruchi, it means in order to be pure, one needs to cultivate. I'm saying cultivate. One need to have this kind of disposition, feeling oneself to be lower than grass, heart filled with tolerance, respect to all, not desiring respect from them, anybody. These are saintly qualities. Saintly qualities means the saints, they're at least in mode of goodness. It means no passion and no ignorance. So when the passion and ignorance is coming out of us, when the devotional process is squeezing us out and the passion and ignorance is coming out, we will tend to be arrogant. We will tend to have feelings of entitlement, demand, proud. These are all qualities of passion. And we will tend to not have tolerance, but find fault with and react to people. And we will tend to disrespect others. We will tend to minimize others in our thoughts and in our actions to them. And we will tend to have a desire for a lot of acknowledgement and recognition. So all these things will come out because those are the qualities of passion and ignorance. And the Acharya is saying when those things are coming out, that is disease. And the disease is within us when we are feeling like that. So first of all, I have to know that it is the disease. And I also have to know that the disease is not outside, but is within me. And I also have to know when I am diseased myself with these things, I will not be able to come to proper conclusion about anybody outside or anything outside. And what is the treatment for that? Though I feel like not wanting to respect others, feel entitled, be demanding. Demanding means elaboration can be later, but I'll just give you the outline now. So though I feel like that, the treatment is this. Like, in the disease, when we have a disease, especially with Ayurvedic medicine, the medicine is not always sweet, it is bitter. It means we don't feel like taking the medicine, but we have to take the medicine. We have to acknowledge that we have the disease. The disease is within us. Yes, we don't feel like to take the medicine, but we have to take it in order to get rid of it. So Trinadapi Sunichina is the treatment. And when will I cry out? So that Trinadapi Sunichina and the next verse, when will I cry out that I have no longer any desire for wealth and followers, poetry and beautiful women, meant for bodily pleasure and mind pleasure also. Body here means mind also, both subtle body and gross body. Because desire for wealth and followers is not so much to do with the bodily pleasure, but the mind pleasure. So these two, second and third, they have to do with the interaction with the devotees around. verbal and non-verbal. And both in our actions and in our thoughts. These two verses are to do with the devotees around. So the third verse is about not having the desire for the followers. Followers starts with acknowledgement and recognition and following. Followers, Facebook followers, this followers, that followers, right? Basically starts with acknowledgement and recognition, and then followers. And then followers offering nice praises. And all this can lead to, if it is YouTube or something, wealth. So one after the other. All these things have to do with the devotees around, with the people around, starting with acknowledgement. Going up to recognition, followers, wealth, position, prestige, all that. So this is to do with the devotees around. And the first and the second one is also to do with the devotees around. So the second one is to do with the interactions with the devotees. Third one is to do with attachment to what we get from the devotees. So third one, the recommendation treatment is not to be attached to anything that we get from the devotees around. Dear devotees, this is very important, not to get attached for anything that we might be getting from around, starting with acknowledgement. Because all those things, they belong to the category of passion. Passion only leads to pain sooner or later. And this, in the second one also, they're all qualities of passion. And the prescription here is to get rid of the passion. So in this way, the second and third verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Nadanam Najanam Nasundari, are actually liberating us from pain by giving us a prescription of, we call them as liberating interactions, Trinadapi Sunichena, liberating attitude, liberating interactions with the devotees. The third one also, total detachment with devotional service. Detachment to the devotees around through devotional service. So these are liberating. They liberate us from the effect of modes and help us transcend the modes. And that's when the next verse in Sri Shashtakam is Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram, as a dust at the lotus feet of the Lord. Here in the fourth one, when will my body be covered with goosebumps? You hear the same sequence. So after this liberation from the modes through these verses, we are placed as a dust particle at the lotus feet of the Lord. It means we are purified now. Purified of this ignorance and passion. And through the goodness, now we are placed at the lotus feet of the Lord as a dust particle. Because we are free of that pullings that we have for the people around, things around. And by this stage, when we are doing the nama, it is at least nama in sattva, totally with the holy name. And the mind has no reason to really think of anything else or anyone else. And that's when naturally one will have Nayanam Galada Shrudharaya Vadanam Gadgadaruddhaya Gira. These come out very naturally. Very naturally. See, if somebody is grateful, really genuinely grateful to somebody because They have helped him so much. A beggar is given a palace or something, very naturally out of gratitude, his voice would choke. Tears would come to whoever has given him that donation like that. It's so natural. And in the same way, when we are turning towards the holy name and being purified like this, it is only natural that those emotions that we all have uh, would surface out like Nayanam Galadashru Dharaya. This is all very wonderful. This is about Namruchi. What happens when somebody is walking towards Namaruchi? What kind of dirt would come and what is the solution treatment for that? And after one is treated, how would they feel? Nayanam Galadashru Dharaya. So that we have heard so far. And now the Acharya is giving some more to us. When will I give up all thought of the world and society to run like a madman along the banks of Ganges in Navadvipa, singing and dancing and sincerely calling out the names of Gaura and Nityananda? Nitai and Gaura. Nityananda Ram is Guru Tattva. Gaura is the Lord coming down to teach us the mellows of bonding. Very, very important. So now Acharya is very mercifully helping us understand how Nitai, especially here, it's about, in the beginning, it's Nitai and Gaura. So he already brought to our attention about these lordships, Gaura and Nitai, how they can help us, how they can be with us to uh, help us walk in this journey of Namruchi. In the 6th verse, when will Nityananda Prabhu be merciful to me and deliver me from the enchantment of the sense objects? When will he give me the shade of his lotus feet and the right to enter the marketplace of the holy name? So Nityananda Ram, Guru Tattva, is to do with the purification. Because Guru Tattva, Nityananda Ram, has to give us the lotus feet of the Lord. They have to make us pure in order to place the purest lotus feet of the Lord into our heart. Without making our hearts pure, they cannot place the lotus feet of the Lord in our heart. That's why he is Haladara. He has the plow, Balarama, Nityanandaram. So the 2nd and 3rd verses of Trinadapi Sunichina and Nadanam Najanam Nasundari, they are to do with the mercy of Nityanandaram. Plowing, taking the weeds out, weeds of lust. Lust basically is I want something from outside. I have Krishna inside, but I want something from outside. In a gross way or in subtle way. Physically or through my thought or, through my intellectual analysis. Yeah. So that is lust. So Nityanandaram, Aladara, he plows us. He plows through to bring us out of that lust, to take that lust away from us. So that is to do with the 2nd and 3rd verses, Trinadapi Sunichena and Nadanam Najanam Nasundari. Next one. When will I borrow or steal the ecstasies of the holy name? When will I lose myself in the intoxication of the holy name? When will I immerse myself in the nectar of the holy name after grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors of devotion? This is the key point. So Nityanandaram is to get us detached outside, to get us purified so we can receive something pure. See, if the hand is holding something, say if the hand is holding a chain, gold chain or iron chain. Iron chain means the thoughts of the people and of the things in this world. Any material thoughts pertaining to the people and things in the world that is negative is like iron chain. And any thoughts binding us positively to the people and things of this world are like golden chains. This is raga and dvesha. Both raga and dvesha can entangle us with this world. Both hatred and material affection, attachment. Hatred and attachment for anything or anybody in this world can cause the entanglement. Unless one realizes this, and unless one is willing to let that go as the purification happens, that is important point. Unless we are willing to let that material thought, let go means not that we are walking away from the people. Let go the thoughts of raga or dvesha, hatred or attachment to anyone or anything pertaining to this world, while we catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Hari. Unless the hands let go of this raga and dvesha, they cannot go on to the lotus feet of Lord Hari, to catch hold of lotus feet of Lord Hari. So in order to, because we're desiring to catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Hari with our hands, we let go any chain that we are holding in our hands. And those chains are like thoughts, raga or dvesha. That is important. That is the role of Nityanandaram. And Nityanandaram gives Gauranga. Sri Guru gives us Gauranga. So in the seventh one, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, this is an open secret, very merciful one. Because so far we have heard what is our desire, Namaruchi, Krishna Rati, and what might come up in the journey, the diagnosis and the treatment. Yeah. Well, where is the strength going to come? Where is the spiritual strength going to come? For spiritual strength, where is the spiritual strength going to come? And here he's saying, buy, borrow, steal the ecstasies of the holy name, means to relish the rasa of the nama. So where is the spiritual strength going to come? And from where these ecstasies of the holy name will come? Because they cannot be manufactured in the mind, imagined in the mind. Somebody having passion within, resentment within, anger within, demanding within, entitlement within, and if they are thinking they are relishing nama, then it is more to do with the mind. Because ecstasies of the nama, they gradually come on a purer platform as we get purified. And we don't even have an idea of what the ecstasy of the nama means. How does it feel like? That also we have no idea. But the sadhus, they feel it inside. It is their world. Ecstasy is their world. It's there in their hearts. So, how do one get the ecstasy of the holy name? How do one lose oneself in the intoxication of the holy name? Such absorption in the holy name, with no botheration about anything in this material world. So happily absorbed in the holy name. Means happily being with Krishna there. How can that happen? After grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors of devotion, rasa of devotion. Bhakti rasa is present in the heart of a sadhu, not in the mind of a sadhaka. So, as much as a sadhaka understands his or her position and submits to the Vani of a sadhu, of what sadhu has to say about Bhagavan, about Nama, about our spiritual journey, about what can be done as a treatment when the disease coming out. So when a sadhaka is valuing everything that the sadhu has to say, the acharya has to say, that is Acharya Vani. When a sadhaka is not only valuing but worshipping, valuing is okay, but worshipping is at a different level, and that is Acharya Upasana. Upasana means worship. Acharya Upasanam Saucham Atma Vinigraha. This comes in Bhagavad Gita. The qualities in the mode of goodness. And this is the root. When one hears, values, worships the Vani of a sadhu, whatever the sadhu has to say, the Tattva Jnana of the sadhu, the Tattva about the holy name, Tattva of the Nama, Tattva of Bhagavan, Bhakti Tattva, Jiva Tattva. So when one is hearing, valuing, understanding, and understands, then gradually, this is tattva only, but they also have rasa in their heart. They impart tattva to us, the knowledge to us, and as we hear from them, there is a lot of rasa that they are relishing within, that is also infused into our hearts. And when we hear this word infused into the heart, it may sound esoteric, but rasa itself is esoteric. That is something that is perceived. So the mood of that particular sadhu, the taste that sadhu has in the nama, in the bhakti, in Govinda, in the seva, all that particular rasa that is present in the heart of a sadhu is imparted when we are doing the upasana of his Vani. In other words, when we are receiving the Vani of the Acharya with such immense respect and faith. This is the clue. This is where everything originates from. Spiritual strength is from the sadhu Vani. And the relishment of the rasa is also through the words of the sadhu. And as a byproduct of all this, when will I feel compassion for all living beings? The Jivadaya will come. Jivadaya is intrinsic to Namaruchi. Otherwise, what strength does a conditioned Jiva has to give Daya to other Jivas? So our focus, our effort, our focus, our prayer, our direction is all to the holy name. And then with the mercy of the holy name, the Jivadaya also will come. That's one thing. And as we proceed in that direction towards the holy name, then what to do with our behavior and thoughts meanwhile? We voluntarily be kind to others. We chose to be kind to others. Until it naturally comes out of us through Namaruchi, we simultaneously chose to be kind to others. Yeah, so in both ways, Jivadaya is intrinsic to Namaruchi. It will come as we are heading towards the Nama in this way, as given by the sadhu. And we also have to keep in mind that choosing to be kind will help us to get the Namruchi. If we are not choosing to be kind, then that does not help us to have Namruchi. So this is the outline of this whole bhajan, dear devotees. I'm going to pause here and we'll take the reflections and questions from you. Yeah, and that will be a discussion. Thank you.